mic. Mic test. Mic test. Mic. Mic.
minutes when Kabafita United Texan, Manduar United Football Club on this intrigue. That is the second time they are meeting, but that the first one was barely 15 minutes or so. That was last Sunday, as I earlier alluded. This, it was raining, not only raining, but there were lightning, and in that case, rain alone cannot make us stop the game, but if there is thunder and lightning, they have to stop. So with that, the Manduar caller for today. Stop bidding, but we have
slide and his committee at the Brikama Stadium as I allude to the final of the Super Cup 2025-26 season. Although the Nalatan is just it's on the games live here, but we have to have the Super Cup final no matter what.
On my right hand side, taking all
Is Manduar United FC, the last year knockout champions, and on my left, all red is Kabafita United Football Club, the league winners. So it is the knockout and the league winners to battle out today to see who got this who will hold the first trophy of the 2025-26 Nalatan season. Alam ba diam kan Kabafita ni Manduar ni ko sanyi mo lang ni ba. Wala mo lu apa kali sanyo la kana ba. Bukan ali. Huh? You want to see football today? And I know both coaches and players will never disappoint you. We have a great game in our hand today. Bara bakem balde konten namba pula le kalmur nambrikama box ba mini stadium kita kita final na pala ko te final na sama ke da po golbe yang kata bimal po fanado kala but anyway Kabafita nani ko gagné nu Russia nani on wala Manduar ki wala no ka ko gagné nu Russia so wala bina play kan here fine brought to you by Brikama Sports Committee as the rain starts drizzling here at the Brikama Stadium. Thank you very much. Although the rain is not that gadget friendly, so once again welcome to the Brikama Stadium, and very soon the central referee and well, okay, guys, hello fans club, Alibatunda Mani fans club. Hello fans club. We are going to have a 1 minute silence because I think Manduar, one of Manduar player for that matter, gone past, that is died. So we will indulge all your support to stand for a 1 minute silence for our fallen comrade. So we'll have 1 minute silence for Manduar, may the father's soul rest.
Thank you. Alright, we go back to the field of play.
31st of August could not get us the winner between Kabafita United and Manduar United. Of course, the 6th of September, or September for so, will surely get us the winner in the Super Cup final from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama. Of course, once again, a rainy day at the Box Bar Mini Stadium, but that wouldn't stop us. And it is the replay Super Cup final between Kabafita and Manduar United, and the ground is set and already set for this huge clash. Once again, Manduar United, dressed in their colorful orange and white shirts, orange shorts and white socks, playing from our right to left from our cabin, whilst the champions or the league champions Kabafita playing from our left to right from our cabin, and Kabafita United dressed in red shorts and red socks under the guidance of head coach Mambala Sise and Landing Jame, while Seni Jete is on the dugout for Manduar United, and he is also having Omar Danso as his immediate assistant. And before going deep into the commentary, a rundown on the starting 11 for the league champions Kabafita United, who is currently starting with Yusufa Dafe in goal, Aliou Sedi, Amadou Baji, Suleiman Jaju, Modlamin Balo, Sadio Mane, team captain Ibrahima Mane, Omar Keita, Buba Kamara, Modlamin Jallo and Idrissa Sarr, completing the 11 for the Kafa Kabafita base side, and the knockout champions Manduar United. Once again in goal is Pabu Nafai, Buba Kamara, Louis Mendy, Abdou Jaju, Keba Mbaye, Dudu Fall, Ibrahima Keita, Ibrahima Damfa, Aliou Balde, Passeni Mane returns number 10 and Lamin Jata, completing the 11 for the boys from Manduar, and it is the huge class in the replay Super Cup final. It's going to be a winner or a victory for Manduar or Kabafita, or possibly in regulation or post-match shootout to decide. Kemo Kanyi, welcome, and welcome back to the Box Bar Mini Stadium for yet another interesting and lively game, and of course the Super Cup final between Manduar United and Kabafita, the clash between the league and knockout champions.
Yes, very well. We have witnessed that the last final that was scheduled here. I mean, due to the heavy rains, so the game could not continue, and then this has to force the replay contest to be this particular day that we are currently witnessing between the two champions in the league champions, that is Kabafita, and that of the knockout champions for last season, Manduar United. So I mean, the heavy rains last final has forced this particular contest to be rescheduled for today, and today as well. I mean, it's raining, but not that very much heavy rain as we have witnessed on the first scheduled fixture here that was played. It was only 5 minutes that was played, but the game had to be abandoned from that early part of the game due to the heavy downpour and also the lightning that has to force the game to stoppage. And then the committee also spoke to the captains for both sides, and then they prefer rescheduling the game for another date, and that falls for the 6th of September, that is today. And then we are here again, and to be certain of which of the sides here will be going home with the trophy, with this Super Cup trophy of the Brikama Sports Committee. So, but it is going to be a very, very crucial encounter, we hope, and then this was our anticipation that it is going to be a very, very difficult game for either of the side, but highly contested one that we are expecting here, Pa.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanyi. Of course, at the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama, at the cabin is Parlament Fati, Kemo Kanyi, Lamin Mane, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. Once again, it's a rainy afternoon at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Noisy background from the supporters of Kabafita, and also on the other end is the massive support base behind Manduar United. Currently, the game is temporarily stopped. Central referee Ibrahima Tamba is currently very close to the player who is currently down injured for Kabafita United, and Ibrahima Tamba is currently the central referee, and Tamba is very close to the scene. Lamin Mane, and of course it's another afternoon, but also another rainy afternoon at the Box Bar Mini Stadium in the Super Cup final between Kabafita and Manduar United.
Absolutely, Pa. Thank you so very much. It is a rainy afternoon here at the Brikama Box Bar Mini Stadium, and it is a replay final. That is the Brikama Sport Committee Super Cup final between Kabafita and Manduar Manduar. Already it is an interesting final here at the Brikama Box Bar Mini Stadium. The first final couldn't proceed due to the heavy downpour of rain. It couldn't continue, and here today again we are experiencing rain, but it is not up to that level, and I know if time will permit us, we'll be able to complete today's encounter to avoid any other future challenges again. Already there is a player of Kabafita who is about to be carried off by the stretcher after being foul injured there by the team captain for Manduar. It seems to be a very serious injury. You can see the Red Cross volunteers are stretching him off to give him medical attention. It is a serious injury, someone might say, because he was attempted initially, but later he couldn't continue again, and they decided to allow the Red Cross volunteers to come and give a supporting hand. But I know we'll witness a very interesting encounter here today.
Thank you very much, Lamin Mane. And already there is a player being stretched off for Kabafita United, and the league champions are currently a man down after one of their players being stretched off, and the game is back. And of course it is Kabafita against Manduar United in the Brikama Soma Nawetan Super Cup, and if you may like, call it the coaching razor. Central referee is Ibrahim Atamba, having the assistance of Sanabaji, Bakari Ture, Ablai Sise is the fourth assistant referee, and Landing Sane is the match commissioner. And Kabafita United dressed in red shirts and black socks, playing from our left to right, whilst Manduar United in their colorful white and orange shirts and white socks. And Manduar United, just as I said earlier, is having Pabuna Fai in goal, Buba Kamara, Louis Mende, Abdul Jaju, Keba Mbai, Dudu Fall, Ibrahima Keita, Ibrahima Damfa, Aliu Balde, Paseni Mane, Lamin Jata completing the 11, whilst Kabafita United having Yusuf Adafe in goal, Aliu Sedi, Abdul Amadou Baji, Suleiman Jaju, Modlamin Balo, Sadio Mane, team captain Ibrahima Mane, Omar Keita, Buba Kamara, Modlamin Jalo, and Idris Assar completing the 11. And currently there is a player currently out for Kabafita United. We can't confirm whether he will be able to continue or not. That's a brilliant attack coming from the league champions, and this time the knockout champions Manduar United having a player Rasul and Kabafita United. The player already out injured for Kabafita is the number 6 Idris Assar. Will Idrissa be able to continue? We have to wait. Central referee is Ibrahim Atamba, and it is once again a rainy afternoon at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. The initial Super Cup final could not proceed due to the heavy downpour, and once again it is raining at the theatre. And currently this isn't stopping us from bringing this game live, and of course the game is live on LSTV1 on both Facebook and YouTube. Just as I said at the cabin, Parliament Party Kimo Kanyi, Lamin Mane, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. Currently we are struggling a little bit in terms of positioning. Our positioning isn't very comfortable anywhere, but we have to struggle and get you the live broadcast as far as the Super Cup is concerned. It's a long one from the team captain Manduar United, Buba Kamara, trying to connect the run of the player up front, but this time it's a throw in on the far side. A rainy afternoon at the Box Bar, rainy afternoon at the theatre. Anyway, no place to hide, no place to hide. The initial final could not proceed due to heavy downpour, and this afternoon once again we are seeing a rainy afternoon at the Box Bar. But anyway, it is Manduar on the attack. The tall and lanky centre forward into the gloves of the custodian Yusuf Adafe. Dafe with an arm throw, trying to connect the run of the right wing back. The boys dressed in red shorts, and black socks is Kabafita United. Won last year's league competition in last year's Brikama Soma Nawetan, and Kabafita United we are in the same group alongside Bereshimo, Dreamers and Daru United, and of course we are able to negotiate a spot in the quarterfinal or in the round of 16 where they defeated Sanchaba United before advancing to the quarter-final. And in the quarter-final, they got the better of Diamond Boys before defeating Jaliba United in the semi-final, and eventually booking a spot in the final where they played Kute Jambulo before being crowned champions of 2024-25 Brikama Soma Nawetan. And of course, a trophy for the very first time for Kabafita United and Manduar, who were the 2023-24 league champions, won the knockout competition. And it was a disastrous competition last year for Manduar United after crashing out in the group stages, but they were able to move on to cling the knockout competition. And they were in the same group, in Group G, alongside Daru Real de Santos, Sanchaba Youths and Santosu United. And of course, they could not secure a spot in the round of 16 of the league, where they crashed out in the group stages. And in the knockout phase, they defeated Sabu United in the round of 32. Round of 16 got the better of Dangam, and in the quarter-final, they advanced to the semi-final where they defeated Fortune Football Club before meeting Santosu in the knockout final, before laying the hand on the knockout trophy. This is Pasieni Mane, who lost possession. It is now the turn of Kabafita United, trying to dribble past a group of players. Great combination, not for too long. Manduar United picks possession. Idrissa Sarr is back and currently having a bandage around his head. Kemo Kanyi, it has been a bright beginning for both Kabafita United and Manduar, and this time it is Pasieni Mane. Can he get something from that? And already the central defenders of Kabafita just there in time to get that ball off a corner. And Manduar United will benefit from a corner. Of course, a noisy background at the theatre. Though a rainy afternoon at the box bar, we will definitely be here to give you every order proceeding live on LSTV on both Facebook and YouTube. Palamin Fati, Kemo Kanye, Lamin Mani, and behind camera operations as usual, Osman Kamara. Special thanks to every follower of LSTV1 currently monitoring this game live on either Facebook or YouTube. It's a long one, a low one. Manduar United strikes way over the crossbar. Kemo Kanye, bright beginning coming from both sides, and we believe a goal in this contest will definitely change the entire dynamics at the Box Bar Mini Stadium in the Super Cup final between Manduar United and Kabafita.
Yes, a great beginning from both ends here in the Box Bar Mini Stadium, but I mean, Manduar United are a more threatening side at the moment, but that is football. I mean, your chances will fall your way, so when it also comes to your opponents, they will also have theirs, and then the threat will also come from them. But as of now, I mean, they are a more threatening side, Manduar United, but nonetheless, it is a final. Then Kabafita also will put a very, very strong performance into this particular game, because this is what we are expecting, and already we have seen that from both sides in trying to making sure that they put up so much energy, and also so their ambition is very, very clear into this particular final. They only want to win this particular game. So when you are playing a final, you are only satisfied with only one result, that is to win against an opponent, and then that is the ambition for both sides. So let's see which of the side will be able to at least realize their ambition towards the end of this particular game. But it's going to be a very, very crucial crucial result for every other team here starting the league with a trophy. It's always the ambition of any other team that is playing in the Super Cup, and this is between Kabafita and that of their opponents, Manduar United. One of them must start the league at a very, very high note.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. It is indeed interesting at the Box Bar Mini Stadium in the Super Cup final, and if you may like, call it the curtain raiser. And the winner will surely have a trophy in their trophy cabin ahead of this year's Brikama Summer Nawetan proper. And one of the two will be crowned champions and Super Cup champions between Manduar United and Kabafita. Kabafita the league champions, Manduar United the knockout champions, hoping to lay a hand on the giant trophy and the whooping cash prize. Is the trophy heading to Manduar or Kabafita remains to be seen. The score is currently 0-0 at the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and if you may like, call it the theater of entertainment, situated in the heart of Brikama, West Coast region, the Gambia. Pasieni Mane. Pasieni was on the bench in the initial final, and this time on the starting 11, central referee Ibrahim Atamba has already given the opportunity, an opportunity against Kabafita United, and in favor of the traveling boys of Manduar United. And Manduar United boys from Manduar will now have the opportunity. Long one to the center forward. Looks like Kalilu, but this time not Kalilu, the tall and lanky center forward from Manduar. Dribble pass one. Tricky and pacey player for Kabafita. Kabafita currently enjoying possession in their own half. And the boys dressed in red shirts, red shorts and red socks. And this is Buba Kamara, the leading goal scorer of last year's Brikama Summer Away Town. They had a fantastic season last season. Of course, Buba Kamara for Kabafita United. And it is now the turn of Kabafita to benefit. Team captain Sadio Mane playing that ball short to Modlamin Jallo. Jallo Modlamin spreading it wide. Kabafita will launch. The boys from Kabafita, of course, won the league. Buba Kamara around the edge. Can he get something from this? Getting that ball back. Can Kabafita get something from that field? Not a decent one. Paseni Mane picks possession. Time to go solo Paseni. And Paseni this time around Rasul and rewarded by the central referee Ibrahim Tamba, who in this contest is having the assistance of Sanabaji, Bakari Ture. Abdullah Sise is the fourth assistant referee, and Landing Sane is serving as the match commissioner. Ibrahim Tamba is now calling on the team captain Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane is a bit furious. And currently Ibrahim Tamba, the central referee, is having a word with Sadio Mane. I think Sadio protested against the decision of the central referee. But anyway, discussion completed. And the green light given by the central referee. It is Manduar United now. Ball been chested down. Physically build up center forward and number 9 for Manduar. Aliou Balde is currently leading the line for the Manduar base club, Manduar United, who regained possession. Player Rasul and rewarded. And the player in question is Lamin Jata. The boys dressed in orange and white shirts, Manduar United, orange shorts and white socks. Manduar under the guidance of former player Seni Jete, and Seni is ably and reliably assisted by Omar Ganso. On the opposite dugout is Mampala Sise and Landing Jame as head coach and assistant for Kabafita United. Which of the sides will be laying a hand on the giant trophy and whooping cash prize is now the biggest question and ambition. Ibrahim Tamba, central referee. Manduar United to benefit. Ibrahim Keita will deliver. Two-man wall assembled by Kabafita United. Keita Ibrahim spreading it wide, trying to connect the run of the player up front. And this time, that's a side netting. That's the side netting for Kabafita United. And of course, this is the fourth period and fourth half at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And at some point, fans were moving off their position, moving under the pavilions at the Box Bar Mini Stadium to avoid the rains at the theater. But now fans are now moving back to their formal position. It is Kabafita United nil, Manduar United nil is the current score. And it is the fourth period from the theater. And if you don't know, it is the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama, situated in the heart of Brikama, West Coast region, the Gambia. And it is the Super Cup, and if you may like, caught in the coating razor. Manduar United, the knockout champions, against the league champions Kabafita. Who is going to win it remains to be seen. The boys in orange colors against the boys in red colors. The boys in orange and the boys in red. Kabafita United dressed in red shirts, red shorts, and we have already played 18 minutes into the first period, and the score is unchanged. Lamin Mane 18 minutes into the first half, and the score is still barren, and we believe a goal will definitely change the dynamics.
Yeah, it is interesting so far because we've seen both teams are trying to launch attack, and we have seen they all launch attacks in various moments. But what we are all waiting for is yet to be seen. That is scoring. I know one thing that I can predict in this encounter is even if there will be goals, there will be limited goals because of the way both teams organize themselves. They are not that much tactically indisciplined. They are all disciplined when it comes to tactics. They are not that much going in for the ball. They are always disciplined when it comes to their tactic. You look at Manduar, their winger, who is none other than that is an opportunity. He parried away. Fortunately, he was able to grab it again. That is the Manduar netminder. It is interesting here, Pa. You can see both teams, the way they set up, they don't want to go in for that much risk because this is the final. In most cases, you don't play to win them. You play, you use your tactics. Even though it doesn't matter how you win the final, whether it is based on ugly scene or it is based on great performance. What is important is you just clinch the trophy, and that is what I'm seeing here. They are all not taking that much risk as far as this final is concerned.
Thank you very much, Lamin Mane, earlier on Kemo Kanye. And of course, we have played over 20 minutes at the theater. The score is still unchanged. We will only get you the few fixtures released by Brikama Sports Committee as far as this year's Brikama Summer Navetan is concerned. And of course, this afternoon is the Curtain Raiser and the Super Cup final between Manduar United and Kabafita. Manduar the knockout champions and Kabafita the league champions. And the winner will be crowned 2025-26 Super Cup champions as far as the Brikama Summer Navetan is concerned. And of course, we have some fixtures that we have played, and also having some fixtures that will be coming your way at the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama. Of course, a Saturday. Of course, a Super Saturday at the theater. It is a Super Cup Saturday, and this is Buba Kamara spreading it wide on the far side for Kabafita. And to unlock the defense of Manduar United. Ball being chested down. Jalo, can he get something from this? And crash on the body of the central defender, and it's going to be a corner for the league champions Kabafita United. That was definitely a scare Kemo Kanye for Manduar United.
Yeah, a scary moment from for Manduar United from Jalo, a former player for Manduar for that matter. So when you are playing against your former players, it's always very, very difficult for you. But I believe, they know him, and then they will be employing every other tactic to making sure that they stop his threat. But Kabafita, you can now see they are also piling up a lot of pressure on the Manduar end here in trying to making sure that they break the deadlock.
It's a corner, Sadio Mane floats out. But dealt well this time, another strike comes in. And finally, it's a goal kick as signaled by the central referee Ibrahim Atamba. And of course, this is LSTV1 live from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in the Brikama Summer Navetan Super Cup final. And if you may like, give it the name the Curtain Raiser. The Curtain Raiser between league and knockout champions. Kabafita United, the league champions, against Manduar United, the knockout champions. Special thanks to every follower of LSTV1, Pabuna Fai, to the team captain Buba Kamara. Buba this time going long, trying to connect the run of centre forward Aliou Balde. Physically centre forward, and Kabafita United goalkeeper Yusuf Adafe just there in time to clear. It's a great combination from the boys of Kabafita United. Modlamin Jalo playing it wide. This time strike comes in. It's a long one coming from the team captain. Ibrahim Keita holding the play in their own half. Ibrahim Keita for Manduar United. Keita still struggling in their half. Manduar United not for too long. It is now the turn of the league champions, Kabafita United. Central referee waved in for a play on. Jalo once again, tricky player for Kabafita United. Great combination. Jalo around the area, laying that ball forward this time. And it's a goal for Kabafita United. Omar Keita with the breakthrough. Deadlock broken at the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama. What a moment, and what a moment from the theater. Great combination from Kabafita United, and Kabafita got their noses in front. Coaching of Omar Keita. A debut season for the young lad Omar Keita. And Omar found the back of the net, and currently Kabafita are leading by a goal to nil. Kemo Kanye, deadlock broken, and this time it's coming from a debutant Omar Keita. And Omar Keita number 5 has already broken the deadlock. Advantage to the Brikama base club. Kabafita United
the league champions, and of course it's a bright beginning for the Brikama Bay side, Kabafita.
Yes, very well. You can see that is football. When your chances are coming your way, try to capitalize on them and utilize them into utilize them into a goal. And then we have seen that that has been done well by Kabafita United here into this particular contest. At first, at the start of the game, it was Manduar that were creating those scary moments in the part of Kabafita, but we have seen that it has come the Kabafita way once, twice, and then they have put it into the back of the net here for themselves here. So let's see whether they will be able to stay under this lead here to push the game to the bed, or are we going to see them adding up their advantage, or else there is an option for their opponents as well to come from behind and then put themselves to a parity into this particular contest. But finals are never easy. Are never an easy game. It is always a highly contested affair and also a very, very tight contested game. So this one is not an exception to that. We have seen that both sides have been pushing very well, but always when it comes to the final third is where players mostly have problems in games like this. And then this game also we have seen similar one from this particular game, but nonetheless, chances have been created, and at least we have seen one from that of the league winners, Kabafita United. So starting the league on a high note will be a very, very, highly sorted dream for either of the sides here, and for now Kabafita are currently on the way to clinching this Super Cup here, but they need to be very, very, very resilient and then defend very well very well against the threat of this Manduar United side, because also for them they having some very, very tricky players forward in the likes of Seni. He's a very, very strong player when it comes to their midfield. You have Ibrahim Aketa, he's also a very, very good player for them, but equally Kabafita, they having some very good players within their mix. Jalo is here and then attacking for them, and then the youngster who is making a debut season for Kabafita, and then his goal is just a top-notch goal, and then you wouldn't think such a young player like him will be able to put that into the back of the net. The placement of the ball was very, very brilliant from the youngster.
Indeed, a wake-up call. A wake-up call for Manduar United after going down by a goal to nil. And the league champions currently on the driving seat. Kabafita United on the driving seat. Courtesy of Marketa, the debutant Marketa, a young lad. Find the back of the net for Kabafita United to have their noses in front of the theatre. The boys in red and black. Kabafita having the advantage, leading by a goal to nil. Courtesy of Marketa's lone goal. What a moment, what a beginning, and what a moment and beginning in the first half. It's a long one, and a long one coming from Manduar United, and Manduar trailed by a goal to nil. Lamin Mane, and we have already seen a goal at the theatre, and of course coming from the young and debutant Marketa, breaking or finding the back of the net for Kabafita United. And currently the travelling set of supporters from Kabafita United are currently on top of their voices, sharing their voice to glory, and currently is an advantage. 1-0, they are 1-0 up.
Thank you so much, Appa. It is a memorable day for the youngster, scoring in such a very important match, which is a Super Cup final, much especially in his debut game. So it is really a good move for the Brikama home base side in Kabafita, after being the side that are able to break the deadlock here, courtesy of the youngster, donning the number 5 for the Manduar side. It is really interesting here at the Brikama Box Mini Stadium. As I alluded earlier, it is a game where both teams are tactically disciplined. You can see Kabafita, the side that are able to unlock the opponents and are able to score. And it was a very brilliant interchange of passing from the Kabafita side, seeing more than 3 players touching the ball, and it ended ending at the back of the net. And Manduar needs to be very careful when Kabafita are closer to the edge of their box, because it seems Kabafita, they are in for that. Anytime they are closer to the edge of their box, they decided to go in for kick, and which can lead to a goal at any moment. It can be an own goal, it can be a goal scored from them. So that being the case, they need to be very careful of this Kabafita side. They don't want Manduar to settle on the ball. That is is why anytime a Manduar player demand for a ball, before the ball reaches, you will realize the Manduar players will be putting pressure on that player. So this is something that is really going well for Manduar, and I know also Manduar need to work on their right hand side, because it's where their opponent Kabafita is trying to launch all their attacks in order to try and create spaces that will lead to a goal power.
Thank you very much, Lamin Mane. Earlier on, Kemo Kanye. And Kabafita United wouldn't be in any hurry as the team is currently leading by a goal to nil in the Super Cup final against Manduar United. It's the solo goal coming from Ibrahima Omar Keita. Omar Keita broke the deadlock to give the advantage to the league champions Kabafita. And Manduar United will surely try to get this game to parity, or else they will surrender the league, or they will surrender the Super Cup trophy and the whooping cash prize to the league champions Kabafita United. It is Kabafita 1, Manduar nil. Kabafita regain possession. But Lamin Jallo is indeed the architect of the goal, scored by Omar Keita. Omar now trying to reconnect, and already Jallo Rasul done rewarded by the central referee. And of course, it's a furious technical area. His coach Seni Jete seems to be very much furious with that decision. Or anyway, the central referee Ibrahima Tamba has the final say. He is having the assistance of Sabaji. Bakari Toure Ablai Sise is the fourth assistant referee, and Landing Sane is of course the match commissioner from the theatre. Lively and great atmosphere from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, live on LSTV1 to the gloves of Pabuna. But before that, the player Rasul and central referee Ibrahima Tamba has already given the opportunity.
10 minutes into this first 45 minutes of the Super Cup final, Omar Keita from the goal, Jude Bellingham, 22 minutes, second strike. That is the difference. That means 1 to Kabafita and 0 to Manduar as of now.
Thank you very much, boss Big Sam, for that announcement. It is already over 30 minutes played in the first half. Kabafita United 1, Manduar United nil is the score. The ball is already out. Signaled by the central referee Ibrahima Tamba. Ibrahima Tamba, of course, it is the same panel. Ibrahima Tamba is one of the brightest referees or elite referees currently playing in the GFF Men's Division 1. And of course, Ibrahima started his career in 2018-19, starting from West Coast Region Football Referees Association. Is a header. The centre forward and number 9 for Manduar United should have done better, and Aliu Balde rose the highest and trying to get that ball down, but unfortunately sailed over the crossbar. There is currently a discussion between the central defender and the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper for Kabafita United, Ibrahima Tamba, the central referee, started his journey in 2018-19, starting with West Coast Region Football Referees Association. And in the year 2019, there was no league due to COVID. And in 2020, Ibrahima Tamba played the West Coast Region 3rd Division and had a fantastic season. And of course, played the league semi-final, where he was promoted to the GFF Men's Division 2 and started officiating matches. And after spending 3 years playing the GFF Men's Division 2, Ibu Tamba or Ibrahima was later promoted to the elite level and started officiating matches in the top flight. And Ibrahima is currently one of the elite referees in the Gambia and given the huge responsibility to officiate the Super Cup final between Manduar United and Kabafita. And currently Pabuna Fire, the goalkeeper, is currently down, having the assistance of the medics, and the medics are already moving up the football field. Noisy background from the supporters of Kabafita United. I think we have to commend the two set of supporters, but currently Kabafita are definitely enjoying every moment here, as the team is currently leading by a goal to nil. And of course, the supporters of Manduar also on top of their voices on the other end of the Box Bar Mini Stadium.
Yes, I believe ambience is also part of football, and then both set of supporters, as you have earlier mentioned, are doing that really very well to their respective teams here. In the far end, it is the fans for that of the traveling Manduar side, and then here behind us here is the fans for the Kabafita United here, who are giving their support to their side, because I mean football players as well need the support of their supporters for them to be able to do the needful for their side. If their fans are being silenced, yes, they will be doing their quota, but they will be happier when they hear the news from the background from their supporters in trying to making sure that they do the needful for their sides. And then here, and then one will see Kabafita is doing that in style, because since they have scored that particular goal through Omar Keita here, and we have seen them calming the tempo of the game here, and then trying to dictate the pace of the game against the Manduar United attack here. So this is what you do when you are leading in a game, especially a game like final. You need to do the needful for your side by playing your cards very well, and then I believe they are doing that. They are not hastily taking their decisions. All they are doing is trying to making sure that they work on very well to be able to avoid those hasty errors into this particular game, because knowing that we are now leading by at least a goal to nil, we can either stay onto this towards the halftime break, or we can try to manage ourselves and then try to we can regroup ourselves and then try to avoid the dangers or prevent the dangers that is coming to our way. And then we have seen them doing that, but the other side, Manduar United are also pushing very hard. They want to get themselves to a parity before this particular first half ends here. So let's see what will happen here, whether Kabafita can go into the halftime break with this 1-0 here, or are we going to see their opponents, Manduar United, coming from behind and then securing a parity before the whistle is gone for the halftime break.
Thank you very much, Kebo Kanye. It's a set piece for Manduar United. Ibrahim Keita to deliver. Two-man wall assembled by the league champions Kabafita, who currently leading by a goal to nil. That's a thumping header coming from the central defender for Kabafita United, and you could see the player rose the highest to get the ball down, and already giving the opportunity to benefit the custodian dressed in his green shirt and red socks for Kabafita, and Kabafita enjoying the slender advantage. Ibrahim Keita 5. Dribble passes marker Babuna 5. The gloves of the netminder. Manduar United desperately in need of an equalizer before lemon time, or else they will be moving back into the dressing room, trailing by a goal to nil against the league champions Kabafita. Who is going to win it remains to be seen, but one thing is for sure, Kabafita is currently having the advantage. Currently on the driving seat, the boys dressed in red swords and black socks. Kabafita under the guidance of Mambala Sise and Landing Jami as head and assistant coaches, and the team got their noses in front, courtesy of the debutant Omar Keita. Omar Keita broke the deadlock to give the advantage for the boys from Kabafita, and the league champions currently on the driving seat, leading by a goal to nil against the knockout champions Manduar. Is an opportunity. Central referee Ibrahim Atamba has already given the opportunity to Manduar United, who trail by a goal to nil. Manduar trail the 2023-24 Brikama Somanawetan champions, and of course 2024-25 knockout champions Manduar United. Manduar won the league trophy in 2023-24 for the very first time in history. Kabafita winning it in 2024-25 for the very first time. It's a long one over the crossbar. Already Manduar and Kabafita already having a trophy in their trophy cabin. Manduar having 2. It's already 3 minutes to be added on as signaled by the central referee Ibrahim Atamba. And of course we are running out of time as far as the first half is concerned. Lamin Mane, seemingly the central referee is going to put up 3 minutes of additional time. And of course Manduar United needs to score in 3 minutes, or else they will be going back into the dressing room trailing by a goal to nil against league champions Kabafita.
Yeah, Kabafita, they are trying to hold on to their 1-0 lead. Manduar also in the other way around, not in for that. They want to at least restore parity before the end of this fourth stanza. But we've seen very interesting game here from both sides. It is an end-to-end counter. Whenever the ball is with Manduar, they will go in for a counter attack, and likewise their opponent in Kabafita also. So it is really interesting. But one thing that is Manduar, their lanky striker need to do better, and he has the power, he has the height, and he is that guy who need to help that Manduar side up front. He need to hold the ball for them because Manduar, that is what they want him to do for them. Anytime they pass him the ball, let him just bring it down, hold it to them for them, and invite teammates to come so that he'll be able to feed them. If he is not able to do that, I don't know what he will be able to do for the Manduar side. So as the game is growing, you can see Manduar, they want to go in for restoring parity before going for lemon break. But one thing for certain also is Kabafita, they don't also want to relent. They want to keep up to this 1-0 nil to at least negotiate for it, so the second half they will see whether they will be able to add onto that, or to at least leave it at 1-0 in order to be the champions of the Brikama Sport Committee when it comes to the Super Cup. Fadi.
Thank you very much, Lamin Mane. We have already seen 3 minutes of additional time. 3 minutes of additional time as far as the first half is concerned. Manduar United trailed by a goal to nil against Kabafita at the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama. Theater of entertainment situated in the heart of Brikama, West Coast region, the Gambia. And of course a busy technical area for Manduar United. And of course Kabafita United. Manduar under the guidance of Seni Jete as head coach. And Seni is ably and reliably assisted by Omar Danso. Whilst on the technical area for Kabafita is Mambala Sise and Landing Jame. And Mambala is the head coach, having the assistance of Landing Jame as his assistant. It is still 1-0 in favor of Kabafita. Manduar trailed by a goal to nil. Omar on the far side. This is Kabafita now, starting the play from their own half. Now in their opposition's half. But already the flag of the assistant referee is already up against Kabafita United, and Kabafita will definitely want to bag yet another trophy, whilst Manduar United will also want to bag the third trophy as far as Brikama Soman Nawetan is concerned. Won the league in 2023-24, won the Super Cup in 2024, won the knockout rather in 2024-25, and Manduar will be hoping to win the Super Cup in 2025-26. Kabafita United won the league in 2025-26 or 2024-25 rather, and will be hoping to bag the Super Cup of 2025-26, and currently the league champions on the driving seat, currently having their noses in front, courtesy of the lone goal from Omar Keita. It's a long one. This ball been headed out by team captain Kabafita. Keita spreading it wide. Manduar looking for options around the area, trying to have an overhead kick, but already the central referee has given the opportunity to Kabafita, and Kabafita you will use the opportunity to wind down the clock here. Kabafita will definitely want to get back into the dressing room with their noses in front, and currently it is half-time, and of course Kemo, it is half-time advantage Kabafita, and Kabafita leading by a goal to nil against Manduar.
Yes, very well. They will be loving that. They will want to go to the dressing room with this 1-0 lead here, and regroup themselves into to come back into the second half and then try to do what they were doing in the first half, so they can celebrate this particular trophy at home in Kabafita Park.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. And it's half time at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Half time between Kabafita United and Manduar United, and it is currently advantage to the boys in red shorts and black socks, league champions Kabafita United, and Manduar trailed by a goal to nil. This is where we're going to have 15 minutes of rest, and we will be back at the commentary cabin for the continuation of the live commentary, and it has been Parliament Fati at the cabin. Kemo Kanye, Lamin Mane, and behind camera operations Osman Kamara. Until then, do join us in the next 15 minutes for the continuation.
It's like you Jackson pertaining to Sena Omar. Many will call him Sena when he's come to Siforian football. But he's a superstar who plays for Grand Cassia, and he played for his team Sifo level. He played for junior school, junior level. And Sena Omar played alongside with another person who is Piper Ali Hussein. If you want to see Sena playing in the pitch, you want to see the beauty of Sena, you see Ali Hussein. Ali Hussein in play with Sena is like Sena Omar is one of the superstars for Kassiabi this time, and at the moment Kassiabi will rely on Sena for a mid to support tournament, which is just starting next week at the Siporian territory. At the moment, so far so good. It was a thrilling moment. It was a fascinating encounter between the look winner Kabafita and the knockout champion who were the Manduar side. But so far so good. It ended 1-0. First half encounter went in favor of Kabafita against the Manduar side. But let me tell you one thing: it is football. It is not over. Only it is all over. And football, this is drama for you. So at the end of the day, this is what I have for you. Big sound. Thank you so much. Not big sound, but humble one.
Thank you very much. Back to Mr. DJ for halftime entertainment. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Box Bar Mini Stadium for the continuation of the live commentary. And it is the second half and the final half of this crucial and lively Super Cup between Kabafita and Manduar United. Kabafita on the driving seat, leading by a goal to nil, courtesy of Omar Keita's lone goal in the first period. And this time it is just the commencement of the second period. And Kabafita United will just want to hold on to this 1-0 advantage if they can get the second. Whilst Manduar United will want to get this game to parity or else they will surrender the trophy and the whooping cash prize to the league champions Kabafita. And currently Kabafita on the driving seat under the guidance of Mambala Sise and Landing Jame. On the opposite dugout is Seni Jete and Omar Danso. Kabafita now playing from our right to left from our cabin. The knockout champions Manduar kicking from our left to right. It's an opportunity for Manduar this time. Ball been partly dealt with. The knockout champions against the league champions. Kabafita against Manduar United. The second half and the final half of the Super Cup final. Who is going to win? It remains to be seen. Central referee is Ibrahim Atamba, having the assistance of Sanabaji. Bakari Ture and Ablai Sise is the fourth assistant referee. Buba Kamara dribble pass one, looking for more. Can they get something this time around? Very close. That was definitely very close for Idris Assar. But this time never troubled the custodian. A great combination between Buba Kamara and the number 11 and the number 6 rather Idris Assar for Kabafita United. 1-0 is the current score. 1-0 is the current score, and currently advantage Kabafita. Jalo Rasul, central referee waved in for a play on. Interesting moments, interesting scenes at the theatre. Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brickham. Of course, it's a great turnout. Kemo Kanyi, welcome back to the Box Bar in the second half. A bright beginning, great beginning in the second half. Both sides that will try to be as cautious as possible. Kabafita United will want to hold on to this 1-0 advantage if they can get the second, whilst Manduar United will definitely want to get this game to parity and possibly have the chance to push this game to post-match shootout if Kabafita United didn't score.
Yeah, a tax at hand for both sides. In Kabafita, they will need to, maintain this particular performance that they have been doing in the first half, and then if they are able to do that without conceding any goal into this particular, second half here, of course they will be crowned champions or the Super Cup winners for the Brikama Sports, for the Brikama Samanoetan, and then for that of their opponents, Manduar United, they must score for them to at least get themselves anything into this particular game. First, what they will want is to at least score a goal into this, and then probably making their way to pull up a surprise here.
It's another attack for Kabafita. This is Omar Keita spreading it wide. Can they get the second this time into the gloves of the netminder? Buba Kamara should have done better. Unfortunately for him, into the gloves of the custodian Pabu Nafai. Manduar United, Paseni Mane on the far side. Can they find the back of the net? Paseni Rasul and rewarded by the central referee. That is indeed. It's a set piece for Manduar United and a double substitution for Manduar. The team trailed by a goal to nil.
The second 25 minutes of the Super Cup final as substitution for Manduar. 3 players, 7, 11 and 20 coming up for Manduar just after the break. And of course, we have number 9 number 11 replace number 9. And that's our substitution for Manduar and number 2 coming up. Meanwhile, the first half ended 1-2 Kabafita and 0-2 Manduar, and that's where we're beginning. Welcome to the second half.
This is a short one. Manduar United, not a decent one. Team captain Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane, team captain, lost possession. It is now the turn of the boys in red to benefit. And the ball on the central referee Ibrahim Atamba. Manduar United has already effected
Substitutions in search for equalizer. Matar Job, Ibrahim Asanyang and Lamin Fati are the latest players introduced by Manduar United. Yusuf Adafe, the goalkeeper. Team captain Sadio Mane. He has been the team captain for Kabafita since last year. Omar Keita lost possession, but before that the central referee Ibrahim Atamba has already given the opportunity. Of course, it's a crowded Box Bar Mini Stadium, and the supporters of Kabafita United and Manduar are definitely on top of their voices. The advantage to the boys in red and black. Kabafita United leading by a goal to nil, courtesy of Omar Keita's lone goal in the fourth period, and Keita's goal is the current difference. It is currently Kabafita 1, Manduar United nil. Manduar needs to score, else they will surrender the trophy, and the central referee of this crucial and lively Super Cup is Ibrahim Atamba. Sana Baji is one of the assistants. Bakari Toure and Abdullah Sise is the fourth assistant referee. Landing Sane is the match commissioner. The game is temporarily stopped. Kemo Kanye, another second half, another beginning of this crucial and lively Super Cup final. Of course, Kabafita on the driving seat. They just need to hold on to this 1-0 advantage if they want to lay a hand on the giant trophy and the whooping cash prize. And if they are able to hold on, it's going to be another trophy in their trophy cabin.
Yes, very well, Pa. I mean, in the first half when they scored that particular goal, you can see their composure and their approach to the game has been a very, very good one. And then this is what you need to do when you are leading at least by a goal to nil, especially in a final. You need to be well composed and then approach the game to your need. And then with that, you will be able to dictate the pace of the game. And then we have seen them doing that very well in the first half. They dictated the pace of the game in the first half, and then to push the game to push the first half to that 1-0 score line where they were put forward into the game by Ibrahim Keita, a youngster and also a debutant into this Brikama Summer Noeta. So I mean, if they are able to compose themselves very well, Kabafita again in this entire second half, of course they will be crowned champions, and then they will be also going home with another trophy. Then with that, they will be very much happy with that. But without that, I mean, Manduar United can then punish them and then do the needful for their sides. And then we have seen them and then coming into this particular game as well. They have changed the way they were attacking and then trying to force their way to the Kabafita end. But I mean, for them as well, they will need some instructions to be able to get themselves what they want into this particular game, because in as much as they want to score a goal into this, because it is something they must do for them to be certain of anything in this final, of course positive, then they must also be mindful of their defense, not to allow themselves to be exposed to the Kabafita attack here. But it has been a great game from both sides.
Thank you, Kemo Kanye. Earlier on, Lamin Mane strongly headed out by Manduar. Omar Keita lost possession. It is now the turn of Buba Kamara. Central referee Ibrahim Atamba has already given the opportunity to Manduar United, who are currently in need of an equalizer. The boys from Manduar going long, trying to connect the run of the player on the far side. And Kabafita guarding that ball of the area. And Kabafita wouldn't be in any hurry. Kabafita United leading by a goal to nil. Omar Keita's goal is the current difference. Omar Keita having a debut season in the Brikama Soma Nawetan. Of course, a player from Sifo, Combo South, West Coast region, the Gambia. And he is the only player that scored so far as far as the Super Cup final is concerned. In case you're just joining us, the game is coming to you live from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama in the replay Super Cup final between Kabafita United and Manduar. The initial Super Cup final failed to produce a winner, just having only 6 minutes played in the initial Super Cup due to heavy downpour at the Box Bar Mini Stadium on the 31st of August 2025. And once again back at the theatre for the replay final between Kabafita and Manduar, and currently the league champions Kabafita United enjoying and on the driving seat, leading by a goal to nil, courtesy of Omar Keita's lone goal. And Omar's goal is the current difference. Central referee waving for a play on. It is Manduar against Kabafita. Kabafita dressed in red shorts and black socks. Back to the goalkeeper Yusuf Dafe. Dafe going long, and he was one of the players who played in the just concluded school football, and one of the youngest players for Kabafita United. Yusuf Dafe in goal for the Kabafita base side, Kabafita United. Ali Usaidi, Amadou Baje, Suleiman Jaju, Modlamin Balo, Sadio Mane, team captain Ibrahim Mane, Omar Keita, who scored the only goal in this contest, Buba Kamara, Modlamin Jalo, Idris Assar, of course, completing the 11 for Kabafita, and Kabafita under the guidance of Mambala Sise and Landing Jame. And on the opposite dugout is Seni Jete, who is the head coach from Manduar, having the assistance of Omar Danso. And Manduar started the game and still starting with Pabuna Fai in goal, Bubakar or Buba Kamara, team captain Louis Mendy, Abdul Jaju, Keba Mbaye, Dudu Fall, Ibrahim Keita, Ibrahim Mbaye or Ibrahim Damfa, Aliou Balde, Paseni Mani and Lamin Jata. And we have already seen triple substitution effected by Manduar after the introduction of Matar Job, Ibrahim Sanyang and Lamin Fati. On the far side is an opportunity. Central referee Ibrahim Tamba has temporarily halted this game, and we have seen a yellow card already, and it's going to be an opportunity for the boys in orange Manduar, who trail by a goal to nil. Manduar desperately in need of an equalizer. Will they be able to get it? Remains to be seen. It's an opportunity. Ibrahima now going long for Manduar. Ball being headed down by the team captain Sadio Mane. Persons of headers. Manduar United hoping to win it, and if Manduar is able to win it, it's going to be the third trophy in their trophy cabin as far as the Brikama Soman Nawetan is concerned, whilst Kabafita United is looking for their second trophy as far as the trophy is concerned, winning the league last season. Player wrestled and rewarded, and of course the player in question for Manduar is Matar Job, who just came on as a substitute. Of course, Lamin Man, it has been a wake-up call for Manduar United after conceding that goal, and currently, as you can see, they are definitely working tooth and nail to get this game to parity. But Kabafita United on the other end are trying to be as resolute as possible in trying to nullify every attack being posed by Manduar United.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at Manduar, they are trailing by a goal to nil, and this is what we expect from them, to launch an attack, to be in their opponent's area in order to be able to restore parity. Other than being in their opponent's half, it will be very difficult for them to score. So you can see the goalkeeper for Kabafita is already on the ground, and he is back on his feet. So you can see Manduar, they are pushing. We have seen the coach effect 3 substitutions, and they are really doing well, and they are all youngsters. You look at the Kabafita side, they are more matured players than the Manduar side, and that is what they are capitalizing on. They are not in a hurry, they are not in a haste, knowing that they are the side that are currently leading by a goal to nil. So it is Manduar that needs to redouble up their efforts in order to restore parity. Other than that, the Super Cup will be going to Kabafita, who are currently leading by goals to nil. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lamin Mane. Manduar on the attack, spreading it wide, and that seems to be too much. And finally is a corner as signaled by the central referee, Ibrahim Tamba. And of course, the introduction of Matar Job has definitely proved a dividend for the Manduar base club. It's a corner who is going to take this delivery. It is Keita now who floats that ball around the area, partly pointed away by Kabafita. It is Omar Keita on the attack. Kabafita United 1, Manduar United 0 is the score. Kabafita got the only goal courtesy of Omar Keita, and in the last season's Brikama Soma Nawetan, Buba Kamara going solo. Kamara Buba trying to get the ball forward for Kabafita. Still Kabafita in their opposition half. Can they get something from this? Player Russell is not going to be given. Yes, given by the central referee Ibrahim Atamba, who has already urged the player to calm down. And last season's Brikama Soman Naweton, Kabafita United cross out in the round of 32 of the knockout, and of course went on to clinch this 2024-25 league trophy. And in the group stages, Kabafita United in the same group alongside Berechimo, Dreamers and Daru, they were able to negotiate a spot in the round of 16 where they got the better of Sanchaba Youth, and in the quarterfinal defeated Diamond Boys before advancing to the semi-final. Kabafita United in the semi-final got the better of Jaliba United, booking a place to the final. And in the final, it was a victory over Kuta Jombulo, clinching the Brikama Somanawetan for the very first time. Manduar United had a disastrous season in the league, but they were able to have a fantastic knockout journey. Manduar, ball being cleared. Any moment from now, we're going to see a substitution. We're going to see a substitution shortly from the league champions Kabafita. Manduar cross out in the league, or in the group stages of the league, where they were in the same group alongside Real de Santos, Sanchaba Youth and Santosu United. And Manduar United couldn't advance to the round of 16, but they were able to win the knockout competition. And of course in the knockout, we will surely get that to you shortly. Any moment is a substitution. Any moment from now, the league champions Kabafita United will substitute a tired leg, or will get rid of a tired leg and introduce a fresh leg. Ensa or Evan Kennedy is the latest player to be introduced. Who is he replacing? And Omar Keita, who scored the only goal, is going off. Omar Keita is taking off, scored the only goal, and he is already taking off, and will be replaced by Evan Kennedy. Evan Kennedy is the latest player. A wake-up call for Manduar United, who trailed by a goal to nil, spreading it wide on the far side. Paseni Mane, Paseni 10, getting that ball down. Manduar currently enjoying possession in their opposition's half. Kennedy, that's the first touch. Spreading it wide to Modlamin Jallo. Modlamin has had a fantastic game as far as the Super Cup is concerned, and he will definitely want to have a great game as far as the Super Cup is concerned. Modlamin Jallo 11 was of course the architect of the only goal scored by Omar Keita. Noisy background from the theatre. Wake up call for Manduar United. Paseni Mane, is that a foul? Yes, that's a slap on the face of the opposite player. Paseni Mane seems to be frustrated anyway, but the central referee Ibrahim Atamba stood his ground, and he has already given the opportunity to Kabafita United. And Kabafita wouldn't be in any hurry, as the team is currently on the driving seat, leading by a goal to nil, courtesy of the lone goal scored by Omar Keita. Kabafita enjoying every moment at the theatre, whilst Manduar United hoping to get this game to parity and possibly force this game to... And you could hear the claps coming from the Manduar or the supporters of Kabafita United. And they are currently putting their hands together for the goal scorer Omar Keita after being substituted. Modlamin on the far side, dribble pass one, looking for more. It is Kennedy, the new entrant. It's a great combination for Kabafita. Buba Kamara around the edge of the 18. Can they find the back of the net for the second time? Kabafita around the area. Manduar United just there in time to clear that ball. It is now the turn of Manduar. Paseni Mane on the far. Paseni 10. And the dribble passes marker is one of the fantastic players for Manduar United. Paseni lost possession. Regained possession for Manduar once again. Not a decent one. And you could hear The cheers and claps. Mudlamin to the advancing player. Manduar United now will try to regroup, whilst Kabafita United will try to enjoy possession in their opposition's half. It's now the turn of the league champions once again. Kabafita United glancing one this time. From Idrissa Sarr, and Idrissa's header never troubled the custodian Pabuna Fai. It's already a throw in, one offside. That's an offside already. Special thanks to every follower currently monitoring this game live on LSTV1, and is of course Lamin Fati, Kemo Kanyi, Lamin Mane at the cabin at the theatre, Usman Kamara behind camera operations as usual. It is Manduar 0, Kabafita United 1. The league champions enjoying the moment. The knockout champions trailing by a goal. Paseni Rasul, and he's been rewarded. Manduar continue to introduce fresh legs. This is definitely going to be the fourth substitution any moment from now. Kemo Kanye, any moment we're going to see another fresh leg being replaced or being introduced by Manduar United, who are desperately in need of an equalizer here. They need to score, else they will surrender the giant trophy of the Super Cup, the whooping cash prize of the Super Cup, to the Brikama base club Kabafita United. And of course, if Kabafita is able to hold on, it's going to be the second trophy in their trophy cabin after winning the league last season. We will surely confirm the player to be taking off and the player to be introduced by Manduar United. And the orange boys of Manduar trail by a goal to nil against the red boys of Kabafita United. Kemo Kanyi, the fourth player introduced by Manduar United. Seemingly Manduar United are firing from all cylinders in trying to get the team or this game back to parity. It is currently the goalkeeper's team seems to be struggling. It is Manduar United still on the attack. Can they find a leveler here? It is Keita spreading it wide on the far side. Manduar United coming once again. That was definitely very close for an equalizer. Manduar continue to search and continue to search for a breakthrough, but currently they are in fight in the back of the net. Kemo Kanyi, that was definitely a great build-up and opportunity for Manduar to find the back of the net, but unfortunately the goalkeeper was alert enough to have that ball saved for Kabafita United.
Yes, Manduar are piling a lot of pressure on Kabafita United recently, and this is what they will want to do if they want to score any goal into this particular competition, because for them they must score in order for the game to go their way, unlike Kabafita who can defend the entire game and then still go home with the trophy. So for them, they know that they must score for them to go home with the trophy, for them to at least go home with the trophy or push the game to the post-match shootout. So let's see what happens here, but they have been pushing very well since the start of the second half, Manduar, and then so let's see if they will be able to get themselves a leveler here, or are we going to see Kabafita continually defending them up to the final whistle of the game.
Thank you, Kemo Kanyi. Another one. And the central referee is in the least interested. The score is still in favor of the boys in Red Sox. And currently the goalkeeper Yusuf Adafe is down. And there is another player down injured for Kabafita. Kabafita having two of his players currently down injured. And Kabafita wouldn't be in any hurry. They are currently on the driving seat. Lamin Mane, two players down for Kabafita and wouldn't be in any hurry. Currently on the driving seat. And if the score should remain like this, Kabafita will be crowned 2025-26 Super Cup champions in Brikama.
Yeah, they are closer to be crowned champions of the Super Cup, but it is not over. Knowing that Manduar, they are really working so hard in order to equalize this goal that might even take the game into penalty shootout. So it is something that they need to adjust, they need to work hard. And I love Manduar, they are attacking, they really are pushing forward in order to restore parity in this tie. But one thing that I am yet to see Manduar, their tactician, that is their gaffer, coming with is that clinical striker. That is what is lacking when it comes to Manduar's side. They have all what it takes, they have all the weapons, but that striker, that lone striker, that striker that will be inside the box every moment so that he will be able to be finishing those crosses, because we have seen numerous chances that could usually be tapped in by a point striker, but that point striker is not what Manduar is having right now. They're really missing such strikers. The likes of Akalilu, he was one time their player. We are not seeing such striker right now in this Manduar side, and if they were able to fortunate to have such a player, you would have seen Manduar at least scoring a goal here, because you see that is an opportunity again, and there is no striker who is there to have the final touch on the ball so that it will hit the back of the net. You look at also Kabafita, they are not relenting, knowing that they are leading Naharo 1-0, so any moment the tie can change. So that is why they are also focused at the back, doing all the defensive duties that is entrusted to them, and that is what you expect from the Kabafita side also, to defend their 1-0 lead, because no matter what, they are the one leading right now. So if things pan out this way, it will be Kabafita that will be crowned champions of the Brikama Sport Committee Super Cup, that is the 2025-2026 season. So that being the case, it is something that Manduar also don't want them to hold on to, that is the 1-0 lead. That is why it is really an interesting affair here at Brikama Box Bar Mini Stadium. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lamin Mane. In case you're just joining us, you are reminded that we still coming to you live from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And Box Bar Mini Stadium in the heart of Brikama, West Coast region, the Gambia. And if you may like, call it the theater of entertainment. Situated in the heart of Brikama, West Coast region, the Gambia. It is the Super Cup, and if you may like, give it a name, the curtain raiser between the league champions and knockout champions. League champions Kabafita United and Manduar United, and Kabafita United won last year's Brikama Summer Nawaitan competition after defeating Kute Jombulu in the final, whilst Manduar United in the knockout final, of course, got the better of Santosu to clinch the 2024-25 knockout competition in Brikama, and currently it is the curtain raiser between the two sides. Manduar against Kabafita. Central referee has already given the opportunity to the boys in red shorts and red socks Kabafita, and Kabafita wouldn't be in any hurry, as currently there is a player down injured for Kabafita, and the player in question is Ibrahim Mane, back on his feet. Kabafita United will want to use the opportunity to wind down the clock, as the score is in their favor. 1-0 is the score, and this is the replay Super Cup final. The initial Super Cup ended 0-0 after just 6 minutes due to heavy downpour, and here we are, Kabafita leading by a goal to 0 against their opponents Manduar United. And LSTV1 will be back at the Box Bar Mini Stadium tomorrow in the 5 p.m. game, and of course in the 3 p.m. game on Monday. This is a solid defensive work coming from the central defender, and you could hear the claps and cheers coming from the supporters of Manduar in appreciation for that solid tackle from the central defender. And of course it's going to be an attack. Kabafita now in their own half, enjoying possession now, enjoying every moment. Team captain Sadio Mane playing that ball down to Jalo. Rasul, nothing given by the central referee Ibrahima Tamba. Ibrahima whipped in for a play on, and Ibrahima in this contest is having the assistance of Sanabaji. Bakari Toure, Abdullah Sise is the fourth referee. Landing Sane is the match commissioner. Ibrahima Tamba, of course, a great referee, currently playing in the top flight of Gambian football. Started his journey in 2018-19 with West Coast Region 3rd Division, getting promotion to the 2nd Division, and of course one of the elite referees now. Pasini Mane slips in the process. It is now the team captain Sadio Mane getting that ball down. Kennedy spreading it wide. Manduar enjoying possession. The marauding left back. An opportunity glancing this time. Never troubled the custodian Pabuna Fai. Manduar United trailed by a goal to 0 against the league champions. Will Kabafita United hold on? Or are we going to see Manduar United getting this game to parity? Remains the biggest ambition for head coach Seni Jete and his boys. Manduar trailed by a goal to 0. Kabafita enjoying every moment. Of course, just as I said,
We will be at the Box Bar Mini Stadium in the 5 p.m. game. Of course, if you want your game to be featured, contact us live on LSTV. We will definitely give you the opportunity for your game to be covered. But we'll be at the Box Bar Mini Stadium tomorrow at 5 and Monday at 3 p.m. at the theatre. Already a player, Rasul, central referee Ibrahim Tamba has already given the opportunity. It is still 1-0 and 1-0 in favor of the league champions. It is now the turn of Manduar Paseni Mane. Paseni Mane going solo. Dribble pass one, and that's an infringement by one of the central defenders, and Manduar will benefit. We will surely engage Kemo Kanyi shortly. It's a yellow card. We can't confirm. A yellow card for Suleiman Jaju of Kabafita United. Suleiman Jaju into the books of the central referee, and it's a great opportunity for Manduar United, and the team just need a dead ball specialist, and Ibrahim Keita seems to be the specialist here. Ibrahim Keita 5 on his back for Manduar United. The knockout champions trailed by a goal to nil against the league champions Kabafita United, and this is the Coating Racer and Brikama Box Bar Mini Stadium is the venue, and the 2025-26 Brikama Summer Nawetan in full swing. The Summer Nawetan in Brikama in full swing, and we have already played few matches as far as the Nawetan is concerned, and of course it's going to be another matches at the theatre tomorrow at 3 and 5, Monday 3 and 5, and we are hoping to see the full release or the release of the full fixture by Brikama Sports Committee any moment. It's a set piece. Ibrahim Keita around the area into the gloves of the custodian, nearly missed it, and that's a foul as signaled by the central referee Ibrahim Tamba. That would have been Kemo Kanye, a costly error from the netminder, but to the rescue of the central referee Ibrahim Tamba, who waved in favor of Kabafita United, and the score is still in their favor.
Yes, I mean both sides remain committed to their cause here, that is to celebrate this trophy after the final whistle has been blown here by the center referee. So Kabafita, they are doing what they were doing in the first half, that is to defend very well and then trying to hit Manduar on the counter-attack in football, since they have scored that particular lone goal from their debutant and youngster Omar Keita. So for their opponents, Manduar United are going all out in trying to get themselves a leveler into these particular games, but we have seen them as well being so much cautious at the back because they wouldn't want to concede any more goal into this particular game, which would be a very detrimental to them. So let's see whether Kabafita will be able to continue the way they are playing and then defending very well against these opponents against their opponents Manduar United, or are we going to see Manduar getting a much needed goal here towards the end of the regular time here? But it has already been a very difficult game for either of the sides. For the Kabafita end, they must maintain their resilience, and also in the final 8 minutes that we will be playing here, while that of their opponents Manduar must try to at least break the centre back and also the defensive organization of this Kabafita United side, and then at least score a goal into this particular contest to be able to realize any dream of getting themselves anything into this particular contest here.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye.
Inside the second half, the league winners, the champions, Kabafita leading Manduar by 11 goals this season.
It's another substitution, and the final substitution for Manduar United. Manduar need to score, or else it's going to be a victory for Kabafita and the league champions. Kabafita enjoying this slender advantage. Lamin Nyasi introduced by Manduar United. It is Kennedy for Kabafita. The boys dressed in red shorts and black socks, under the guidance of Mambala Sise as head coach. And Mambala Sise is having the assistance of his assistant Landing Jame. Already that's a foul. That's a foul. as signaled by the assistant. Manduar desperately in need. If you want your game to be covered, you can easily contact LSTV1, contact the management, contact my humble self, Osman Kamara. He will definitely give you the opportunity for your game to be covered live on LSTV1. This time around the area, Kabafita. Solid defensive work. But as I said, we will definitely be back at the Box Bar Mini Stadium tomorrow in the 5 p.m. showdown. We'll be here tomorrow in the 5 p.m. game, and of course in the 3 p.m. game on Monday. And of course it is LSTV from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in the Brikama Summer Nawetan, and the Summer Nawetan in Brikama in full swing. It is the curtain raiser, a curtain raiser of this year's Brikama Summer Nawetan. League champions against the knockout champions. Manduar United against Kabafita United, and currently Kabafita having the upper hand. Kabafita leading by a goal to nil, and you could hear the noise from the background coming from the supporters of Kabafita United, the league champions, who are definitely very close to our commentary cabin. And of course at the cabin for LSTV1 is Lamin Fati as usual, Kemo Kanye, Lamin Mane and Osman Kamara behind camera operations. Of course it's a jam-packed pavilion at the Democracy end, and of course at the Bell Aqua pavilion, and also on the other pavilions at the theater. They will always tell you Box Bar Mini Stadium is the best venue. Serekunda Mini Stadium or Serekunda East will always tell you east side the best side. The west side will tell you the west side the best side. But of course the people at the Box Bar in Brikama will always tell you Brikama Box Bar Mini Stadium is the best of venues to watch a Soma Nawetan. Currently the Super Cup final. It is advantage Kabafita. Buba Kamara, who won the leading goal scorer last season, and he has been a fantastic player for Kabafita United, and Kabafita will definitely rely on him. And we have also seen some bright faces as far as this year's Kabafita team is concerned. They lost some players due to the league in the GFF Men's Division 1 and 2. They have lost 2 players to Brikama United, and of course another player to Real de Banjul Kabafita. And Manduar United has also lost some players due to accumulated minutes. We have seen Lamin Bojang and Kalilu also with Manduar United wouldn't be able to play this season. Manduar United now enjoying possession, trailed by a goal to nil in their own half. Any moment we're going to see another substitution coming from the league champions, calling in for a handball. Central referee Ibrahim Atamba, not the least interested. Calling in for a handball once again. Manduar United clearing their line. That seems to be a retaliation. Well, anyway, the central referee isn't or hasn't seen that. It's another substitution, and this time it's the second substitution. Thank you very much. That's the voice of our very own boss, Big Sam. Of course, at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And of course, good to know that our colleague and brother and friends, Abdul Latif MD Jata, is watching this game live from Dubai. Great to know that, bro, you're watching. Abdul Latif MD Jata has been our colleague. He was, of course, one time our match commentator in key of our matches on LSTV1. Good to know that this time around, not a match commentator, but watching the Super Cup final away from home. Thank you very much, Abdul Latif MD Jata, and the rest of the team watching us live from Dubai, and every other follower of LSTV1 watching the Super Cup final and every other game on either Facebook or YouTube live on LSTV1. On the far side is Paseni Mane. Manduar United lost possession. Paseni regained possession, trying to use his space on the far.
Mane Pasini, regain possession. It's an opportunity for Manduar United. Can they find the back of the net? Solid defensive work coming from Kabafita. Manduar continue to search for a breakthrough, but still Kabafita United trying to be as resolute as they could. It's a corner for the knockout champions Manduar United. Manduar Trail is another opportunity, another strong header. This time around Manduar regain possession. It's an opportunity for Manduar United around the area into the gloves of the netminder Yusuf Adafe. Are we going to see the additional minutes here? Emokanyi, seemingly time is definitely running and not in Manduar's favor. As any moment from now, we might be seeing the fourth assistant referee Ablai Sise putting up the additional minute here, and seemingly it's going to be 5 minutes to be added on.
Yes, 5 minutes for Kabafita to stay on to this lead, and then 5 minutes for Manduar as well to actually get themselves a goal into this. So let's see what will happen here, if whether Manduar will be able to come from behind, or are you going to see Kabafita staying on to this particular lead here, or in fact adding up their advantage into this particular contest. But one of the sides here will be going home with the trophy today, I believe, and then it is either Kabafita, the leaders, into this particular game, or that of their opponent Manduar United, who are currently losing by a lone goal to Nufia. So under 5 minutes for both sides to complete their attacks. Kabafita to defend and then go home with the trophy, while Manduar must score within these final 4 minutes here for them to be sort of anything into this particular game.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. Time definitely running out. Lamin Mane, we have under 5 minutes of additional time for Manduar United to score, or else it's going to be a trophy and of course a whooping cash prize for Kabafita United.
Yeah, it is already a well contested Super Cup final. I've seen both sides pouring all what they have into this final, and it is Kabafita that are closer to clinching the Super Cup final, and they are currently leading by a goal to nil here. Couldn't go of Omar Keta, the youngster who was able to score the lone goal in the first stanza of this encounter. You see in Manduar, they're fighting all the time in order to try and restore parity here. That is something that Kabafita will collectively celebrate as their netminder comfortably grabs the ball. It is really an interesting final, an electrifying super final here at the Birkama Box Bar Mini Stadium. You can see from the fans of Manduar, they already have the belief that it is over for them, but it is football. Let them give up anything can happen as far as the is concerned. Thank you, Pa.
Thank you very much, Lamin Mane. Time running out, and definitely running out, and any moment we're going to see double substitution for Kabafita United. Probably that might be a time-wasting tactic. They just want to bring in two fresh legs to possibly have the chance. Central referee Ibrahim Atamba has given the opportunity to the knockout champions Manduar. Manduar trail by a goal to nil. Time running out. Can Manduar negotiate a goal in the final moments at the Box Bar Mini Stadium? What a moment. What they saw down at the theater. Will Manduar be able to get this game to parity before the end? Is now the biggest ambition, but also the question. Manduar just need a late goal here to possibly force this game to post-match shootout, or else they will surrender the trophy. Not only the trophy, but also the whooping cash prize to the league champions Kabafita United, who are still enjoying the slender 1-0 advantage. Of course, around the area, strongly headed out by Kabafita. Any moment from now, we're going to see double substitution, and double substitution around the area.
Kabafita United trying to be as resolute as possible. Manduar United trying to fire from all cylinders in search for an equalizer. Time running out. Desperately in need. And you could see the head coach Seni Jete collecting the ball. For the ball to be taking on the other end.
Number 6 out, number 7 in. And we have number 8 which will line up to the part of this as this final few minutes.
It's a double substitution for Kabafita United. Double substitution. Time running out. It is now Manduar United. Pass any money to the team captain. The long one. Trying to get the ball into the gloves of the netminder. Kabafita United will use the opportunity to wind down the clock. General referee Ibrahim Atamba will attempt to the goalkeeper, but probably that seems to be a time-wasting tactic from the netminder. And the goalkeeper is Yusuf Adafe. Yusuf Adafe is the goalkeeper. Time running out for Manduar United. Manduar United, Kabafita United getting closer and closer in clinching yet another trophy. And this time the trophy, they are on the verge of clinching. It's going to be the Super Cup trophy after enjoying the slender advantage against Manduar United. Manduar conceded in the first half. Kabafita held on. Kabafita now, Manduar on the attack, spreading it wide to pass any money. Not a great combination this time. And it is full time! Full time at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Full time between Manduar United and Kabafita. And Kabafita United, the Super Cup champions of 2025-26 Brikama Somanawaita. Kabafita United, the Super Cup champions after defeating Manduar United by a goal to nil. Kemo Kanye, it is all over at the theatre. And of course, the Super Cup champions confirmed. Kabafita United, of course, the Super Cup champions after defeating Manduar United by a goal to nil.
Yes, very well. It is confirmed for Kabafita now. I mean, they are the champions of the Brikama Sports Committee's Super Cup for this season, and then they will be going home with this trophy again. They are starting the season with a trophy, so that's commendable.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye, and this is where we're going to hand over proceedings now to Big Sam and Ibrahim Kebi Sonko for the awarding of the trophy and of course the cash prize to Kabafita United and of course to Manduar United. All over and special thanks to every follower of LSTV when it has been Parliament Fati, Kemo Kanye and Lamin Mane, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara.
Congratulations to Kabafita for winning the 2025 Golden Razor. Courtesy of Omoducator's 23rd-minute goal. Which I want a goal for you. That was so beautiful. A big goal for a goal. And a goal that sealed Kabafita's made him smoke up. They can now Super Cup champions. Kabafita United. They left last year. Congratulations. It's live here and it's all over. Kabafita owns the ball, KB Simple. Yeah, it is Kabafita's day to celebrate. Remember, they are the defending league champions of the 2024 season after beating Kude Jomuli in the replay final. And I host these two teams for a pre-match interview live on radio. The Kabafita faithfuls promised to conquer, and they did. So they came and they conquered. They came and conquered and ruled. 26 nominations in the drama. Thank you so much. Alright, can we
And next up, please, let's give a round of applause for the runners up, the knockout holders. Manduar United. Manduar United. And a third up on the front. The winners, that is Kabafita. Thank you so much, Kabafita. Manduar, can we have a turn? Manduar, you can come here. Runners up prize here. Manduar were the champions here before last. Last year they could not defend their title, but at least they won the knockout.
Umar Keda's goal was a golden goal. A goal never to be ruled out. Alright, can we have Manduar now? Manduar, please, Manduar, can you come forward? Alright, give it up for Manduar. Give it up for Manduar. Thank you. Congratulations. And a hand up to the runners-up. They have been enforced record in the Brigamo Levetan. In the past 2 seasons, at least each season they won a trophy. Congratulations, Captain. Congrats. Only the champions play Super Cup. Yeah, obviously, and they are champions. They are no card holders. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Manduar. Another full season is waiting for you to claim what you want to or what you deserve. 2023 they were the league champions, 2024 no card holders. And who knows? Now 2025. So they will decide what they want to have. What they want to have. Okay. Alright, congratulations. Thank you so much, Manduar. They lost and they fought very hard. And it's 1-0. Can we make this snappy? Can we have the captain here for Manduar, please? The captain for Manduar, please. Well, of course, Manduar's captain is coming behind, no problem. Once again, Manduar, the runners-up for the 2025-26 Super Cup final. We are at the great time of Boxing Mini Stadium, the Theatre of Entertainment Center, Daniel Fingo. Thank you so much. Looks at the great, making this snappy. Samakana, Kabafita Utd, Samale. Yeah, okay, the captain, thank you so much. Give it up for the captain, I will continue. Give it up for the captain. Thank you. Thank you, Manduar, for the consolation prize. Thank you very much, Manduar. Manduar, can we have the guard of honor for you, please? Manduar United, can you come for the guard of honor for the winners, please? Please, please. You can go. Kabafita, you can go behind. Manduar. Please, for game and spirit, can you come for the guard of honor? And now, please, Manduar. The voice for the Ghana Sport Committee is fair play. Fair play, please. Manduar, can we have the guard of honor, please? Thank you. On both sides, please. And love floating. Thank you so much. Thank you. Lovely. Only we recognize me. Thank you, Manduar, for the guard of honor. Not every other team respect the protocols. But only champions and only winners know how to put up the winner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Boxing Mini Stadium, can we welcome the winners of the Super Cup 2025 today, Kabafita Utd! They are the dragons. Music, music.